Welcome to a very special Hoppy Time Podcast episode. We aren't reviewing one nor two, but 3 beers from 2 different brewing companies. We stumbled upon 2 of these beers on a trip we took, so we decided to make a mega episode with 3 beers. We hope you enjoy.
God damn!
I forgot how strong that shit was.
Ooh wee!
All right, guys.
It's a motherfucking ladder fluid up in this bitch.
All right, guys. Welcome to the Hoppy Time Podcast, mega episode number 4. I'm your host, Flames Kid. I'm here with
Chris Cass.
And Lena.
And today we have a very, very big episode. I think our biggest episode yet. But before we get into that, what have you guys been up to?
You started. It was your pick.
Goddamn. I completely forgot that that's our rule now. Well, we've been up to... if you guys are listening to this, you're probably going to be listening to it right after we record it, which is awesome. This is why it's a mega episode. It's the first time I'm kind of like challenging myself to edit it right after we record it and post it right away. The last 2 weeks has been a little bit crazy. We've done nothing but extend our Pokemon Go knowledge. I've been a little bit working here and there. Still with Major League Plumbing, great guy. Hire him if you need him. If you need a good plumber. I've been, what else? Oh, we took a camping trip, but we'll talk about that later. And that was my very first time camping, actually. Did I like it? I liked the camping part. I just kind of didn't like the location that much. Other than that, I haven't really been up to much.
How about your Pokemon Go adventures?
I've gotten really into it to the point where I'm really trying to find balanced IV Pokemon. And for those that don't know, balanced IVs are basically what makes a Pokemon strong or weak. And what I mean by balanced IVs is I want them to be perfect, meaning 15, 15, 15 in Pokemon Go.
So it's not really balanced, it's perfect.
Okay, well, perfect. So I've been really looking into that. I've been doing a lot of stock market trades. It's been a very, very good 2 weeks, actually. I'll give a little shout out to that stock SPRT. It's making us a little bit of money right now. So hopefully the rally continues and we can continue to make some money off that. Besides that, really there's nothing much I can add to the table since the last episode. How about you guys?
You want me to? Are you pointing at me? You want me to go next? Okay, I'll go next.
Lena wants to go last today.
I know. Well, haven't been much usually. I mean, I haven't been doing much. Like usual. Like Flames Kid said, we all went on a camping trip, but we'll tell you guys about that later. I kind of agree with him. The camping part was pretty cool, but the location was meh. Yeah, but overall, like I've been really looking into like these Pokemon Platinum speedruns because the new remakes are coming out for the Switch, and from what I know, since I don't know if you guys or if anybody has played the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire ones, they were basically Emerald. Because they didn't remake Emerald. They only made the Ruby and Sapphire. Yeah. So they basically just took Emerald and they revamped it and made it, current. Which is what I'm assuming is going to happen to Diamond and Pearl. They're going to take Platinum and they're going to throw it, just make it Diamond and Pearl. So to not remake Platinum. So I've been looking into a bunch of, Pokemon Platinum speedruns because I'm assuming the routes and the stuff you do are going to be the same. The only thing they're going to change up is maybe the encounter rates and just little minor things. I also been looking a lot into I recently got into speedrunning like this year because during COVID when we all had it and we were all dying, speedrunning, like I guess I had it the worst because I don't know if I mentioned before, but I wasn't eating for like 5 days, so
I don't think we talked about our COVID experience.
No, really? Well, point is, we all got COVID, and I'm pretty sure I got it the worst because I didn't eat for like 5 days straight. Like I was only like taking liquids and whatever, and I really felt like I was dying. But Pokemon speedruns kind of got me through the day because it kind of took my mind off of things, and not just Pokemon speedruns. I'm talking about like speedruns in general. The ones I really do like though are the Pokemon games and Super Metroid, because Super Metroid is like really really interesting. Like I was watching like races on GDQ. It's basically called Games Done Quick, and it's like this online. It's not really a tournament, but it's like an online event where they get speedrunners from like different games in the speedrunning community, and they make them speedrun games like live, like in like live in front of audiences.
Okay.
But since like the whole COVID-19 thing, they did GDQ 2020 from home, so they streamed it.
Okay.
And then in 2021 they kind of did the same thing. They did it from home, but like the prior ones, they usually gather like in a convention center room, and it's like you can see like the group of people in the back, and you can see the speedrunner. And yeah, like they speedrun through the game. They have a section called what they call the couch, which is basically other speedrunners that speedrun the same game. And they sit on the couch and they basically try to explain what the speedrunner is doing, so everybody's not just like watching a speedrunner do like these crazy mechanics and not knowing what they're doing, So they actually have people, like they can pick their people and they can sit them on the couch, and they just basically explain what the speedrunner is trying to do. But yeah, I mean the point is, like, I got into the speedrunning thing, so I've been really looking into like these Pokemon Platinum speedruns, and I'm like gonna try to compare it to see what's the same when the games come out. And I'm not gonna try to speedrun it, but I'm gonna find like the easiest route to take to beat it the fastest, I guess. Not necessarily speedrunning.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, but pretty much that's all I've been doing, just watching speedruns.
And actually, we forgot to mention one thing. And I mean, since you've already talked about your week, and I have too. We forgot to mention that we went to go see the Aquabats.
Oh yeah, we did.
Oh, that's right.
We went to go. We went to go.
We mentioned it in the last episode, but
that we were going to go see them.
That we were
Yeah.
gonna.
But
go
I
see
mean,
them.
the concert was something else. I mean, technically, it has been that was our first concert since the whole COVID pandemic started. It was honestly great because we also went to the OC Fair, so that was actually pretty good. We tried a few foods from there. We walked around a bit before we actually went into the concert. 2 bands played prior to Aquabats, but after that, they got on, and honestly, that was a great show. People there were enjoying it the most part. Yeah, but overall, it was a great show. I can't complain. They gave a really great performance, and I'm actually glad that we went to go see them when we did. As of now, our next concert is Angels and Airwaves, but that's not till November. So we have a while before that happens, and hopefully it doesn't get shut down because of the whole Delta variant situation right now. So we'll see. But yeah, I just forgot. I just wanted to add that because I know we went to go see them.
I honestly forgot about that.
I know. Right now when you were talking, it kind of reminded me of it. But sorry, Lena, your turn. What were you up to?
Well, yeah, starting with that concert, it was a great experience. I had never been to the OC Fair before. I've been to the LA Fair before, but this was like a long time ago. So it was good to be back. And there was so many different foods. The fatty inside me couldn't be contained. Tried a whole bunch of stuff. I wish I had a bigger stomach to just try more, because there was just stands everywhere. It was heaven for me. Yeah.
It's either that or it's really expensive.
That too.
I mean,
okay,
I get it. I get that the vendors are there to make their money. But damn, that's ridiculously expensive. Some Oreos were $10
for 4.
For 4 of them. That's
Oreos.
ridiculous. I
Yeah.
mean, like I said, I understand the vendors are there to make their money, and it's like anything else. You go somewhere else and you get a beer, and the beers are expensive. How much do we pay for beers? I know we bought different sets of beers, but
I think the cheapest one was $14.
a beer, not for the
beer. Yeah. Every time we bought beers, it was 40, 50, even
well worth
$60.
it. I mean,
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well worth it, but still.
I had the first round, and what was it?
It was 42.
42. Yeah. But I was not amazed about the variety of beer. I feel like every stand had kind of the same stuff.
Yeah, I don't think there was. I think the first place where we stopped was the one with the most variety.
Yeah.
The ones with the taps outside.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it was cool that was on tap.
Yeah, I think that's the one that had the most variety. But other than that, I mean, the rest of them were just your typical Modelo, Michelob Ultra, the margarita mixes for the women.
Why for the women?
Because they're the ones that were buying it.
I am offended. I was buying beer. Okay.
I understand, but it's mostly the older women that are drinking that.
So yeah, it was a cool experience overall. I did want to try more things, but I just did not have the stomach for it, especially with all the beers we were downing. There was just no way. But huge shout out to all the vendors out there. They were hustling, and it was just really good. And that place where we got the first round of beers was next to the amphitheater, and they had live music. But as live music, I mean people were coming up and just kind of playing on the instruments. So it was cool because it wasn't perfect, but it was cool to see the heart that some of the performers had.
Yeah.
Performing songs that, they grew up with or just really loved because they knew them really well.
Yeah, they knew them very well.
Yeah, so it was
not
just a
well
really
enough
cool
if you ask me.
And then we had we made some friends at the concert.
We did.
Yeah.
We did make some friends.
You guys made friends?
Yeah.
People behind us.
The guy with the vest, remember?
Oh yeah, that's right, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so that
you
was
guys
cool.
made friends. I didn't make friends. I really didn't have interactions with people.
Well, you're still with us, though. You made friends.
Not that counts, but okay.
Well, they were still really funny because as the Aquabats were last, and the first few bands were completely different bands that were for, how would I say?
I think you meant like genres.
Sorry, yeah, different genres for different.
They were
crowds.
similar genres, but
Not
the
really.
Aquabats are like different.
Well, I mean, when it comes to like the first two bands, I think the first band was very reggae-ish.
Yeah.
Both of the bands.
Well, yeah. The second band was reggae at the beginning. Then it kind of turned to like playing 80s like pop, like popular songs in the 80s, and then it ended up in reggae. And
So
then
it was a Dead Man's Party first, which is the tribute band to Oingo Boingo,
okay.
and then it was a English Beat.
Wait, was it English Beat first?
No, English
No.
Beat played right before
Oh, okay.
Aquabats.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
And then right after that, it was Aquabats. And I mean, the Aquabats, if you know them, they are ska-ish.
They started off ska.
Yeah. Well, now they're more what? What would you call alternative?
Just
No,
fun.
hell no. No.
Just fun. They're literally just their genre is fun.
I mean, the reason I like what.
Well, let's see how Google identifies them.
While you do that, the reason I like the Aquabats so much is because they are very goofy and they're very kid centric, while not being kid centric. They in their shows they focus a lot on their kids, on the kids. They like to give out a good show without being foul or like how do I say, like using curse words,
Well,
basically.
it was just family friendly.
Yeah. I mean,
They're really family friendly.
Yeah.
and a lot of the shows are like that. If you've been to the other shows, they're like that. They're very family oriented, and I really like that about them. And that's what kind of separates them from other ska bands. And besides that, they're very goofy too.
Yeah.
They're-
I like
they're
that it's
fun.
more than a performance. It is a whole performance. It's not just them playing songs. They incorporate characters, and they allow the kids to be a part of it. They sang "Happy Birthday," which everybody said it was their own birthday, which was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You gotta if a popular artist asks you like whose birthday is it, you're not gonna say yours.
Yes, it's my birthday.
Exactly.
I sang "Happy Birthday" to myself and everyone else in there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was a great show, and they always do that. Anytime you see Aquabat show, it's always like that. It's always, that they always involve you. They always find some way to get you involved into the show, whether you like them or not. They find some way to get you involved into the show, and that's what I like about them. I like that they don't. I don't want to say discriminate because it's not that word that I'm looking for.
They're just not leaving anyone out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No
Because
one.
I saw a kid. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they don't exclude. Jamming out with their family, and it's just really cool to see adults and kids enjoying a whole show because it's for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's one of the reasons I enjoy watching the shows. And anytime they're in town, I try to go. I mean, besides that, they make their tickets very affordable. They're not,
they really do.
They're not expensive, overly expensive, and they're a well-known ska band, but they don't. As Chris was saying, Google or was it Wikipedia?
It was Wikipedia. I mean, you can't really trust Wikipedia, but you can trust. It's weird with Wikipedia, but
I think these days it's more trusted than anything.
Well, yeah, because the whole thing with what's his name, but
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah, but they identify as a rock band.
yeah, so they're just a rock band, but I mean to us they're more ska than anything.
They're just fun.
They have a horn section. They're ska.
They have
Yeah.
a horn section now.
Yeah. So yeah, Lena, what else were you up to?
What else have I been up to? Work. And work is killing me. Oh man, it's just so busy sometimes, and then the whole regulations came out due to the pandemic not getting better, and a lot of people are giving us backlash. Like, we're the ones who are creating these mandates. It's like going across all hospitals, but not gonna get into that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, this camping trip was just so nice to go to. I want to say that Flames Kid and Cass maybe didn't have the best time because my mom and I were just bragging about our usual spot in Potwisha, Sequoia National Park, and we just really, really love that place. We've been going there at least once a year for almost 12 years, up until 2019. Then COVID happened, and then the park was closed, and we just haven't been able to go back. So it's been hurting to go 2 years without going camping, because it's very relaxing and it's really good to just disconnect. So we went to...
Boy, were we disconnected.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we went to Kern River in Kern County. The city is called Kernville.
Kern.
Yeah, it was my first time there, but my family's been there before, and I feel like they kind of hyped it up a little bit too much, because I was expecting so much.
In your family's defense, they didn't know exactly where we were going.
Yeah, they've been there before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've been there 3 years.
Oh, see, I see what you mean. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, they hyped it up a little too much. They talked about this ginormous rock that they jump off of, and usually in our usual spot over at Potwisha, there is a kind of I guess you would call it a cliff we jump off of, and also big rocks, and the water's deep enough to feel trusted to jump through, like to jump into. Sorry. And this one wasn't. I feel like the water levels were pretty low, and it's not obviously my family's fault or this town's fault. It's just, Mother Nature and how it's going. And it's kind of sad, because we look at all these rivers and lakes, and as we were driving there too, we drove by Pyramid Lake, Isabella Lake, and you could just see the water levels going down. So that's kind of sad.
I mean, that and the French fire that was going on around that area.
There was also a fire, and it's crazy because a lot of my pictures, on one side it's beautiful blue sky, clouds in the back, and just nice scenery. Then the other side, it was really red. The moon was really, really red that night. So it was also sad to have that fire go through, because people in my family were kind of affected, since they were having some respiratory issues. There was ashes all over the place, and their eyes were pretty irritated from the smoke. Yeah, so it wasn't a perfect trip. I feel like it could have been a little bit better.
I mean, nothing about the trip was bad. It was just, I think the location at the time that we went wasn't at 100%.
Yeah.
So I mean,
we didn't get to experience the fullness, because we were worried about the fires. I know that kind of crossed my mind. We were pretty close to it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the trip overall was fun. It was just the location. It could have been a little bit better. And I mean, I feel like there was a lot of restrictions as well. Like, we couldn't do campfires at night. Mm-hmm. And at night it got pretty cold. So I mean,
what was the point? We didn't even have any music to play.
Yeah,
oh my god,
that was my bad. I'm sorry, guys.
Flames Kid failed us on DJing. He
he
downloaded 15 songs?
No,
yeah, pretty much.
I downloaded 890 songs, but originally I was supposed to download at least like 1,500, and I don't know why. I guess I overlooked that on Spotify, and I thought I downloaded them, and I didn't. So we only had one playlist to play for the whole weekend.
And it was usually the songs we listened to all the time.
So I'm sorry for that, guys. I'm sorry.
No, but you also downloaded songs that were not.
Well, at least we had music
to the family.
Yeah.
Environment.
So yeah.
Hey man, at least we had music.
Yeah.
That is
it could have been.
I
worse.
didn't take any music. You didn't take any music. So
it
could have been 100 times.
I trusted him.
I mean, we all did, but
And you know what? What else? You're right. You were lucky to even have music out in the middle of nowhere. But over in Sequoia National Park, when we go to Potwisha, it's never quiet, because there's always so many birds and just other animals making noise that it just sounds so nice. But at Kern River, it was pretty quiet.
Well, it could have been because of the smoke as well.
Yeah.
You know, it
No,
could've
I
been-
know, but I just meant like it just felt like a whole different vibe. The one thing I cannot complain about was the weather. It was so fresh. It wasn't that hot. It was great, and the river water was pretty refreshing. It wasn't too freezing.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, besides the river being, you know, ridiculously low, it still had its sections where it was kind of deep, so we were able to enjoy it a little bit, and you know, we saw the kids play there. They were playing, what was it, baseball in the water?
Yeah, they were. They had a wiffle ball.
Yeah, so I mean that was still fun. So
I also got floaties with my mom and one of our cousins. We kind of walked up a few, I want to say maybe half a mile, and we got in the water and we let the river kind of take us. And there was big rocks that had kind of, you know, that slimy feel to it. So it just kind of let us slide by. And it was a really cool, you know, ride until we got to like that very slow, no current section where we had to work to get through. But it was really cool.
yeah, I mean, like I said, the trip was fun. You know, it just sucked that the location when we went, you know, wasn't at 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess that catches us up on what we've been doing, right?
We might go to Sequoia. My family was too inspired to. We're going to try and get some spots to go and hopefully look forward to that.
Inspired or let down?
No, inspired. They want to go. And we just haven't been able to get spots, but now they're all going to try and get some for everybody. So let's see if we can pick a date and go.
Okay. We'll see if that happens, and we'll keep you guys
Hopefully
posted
we'll
on
see
that.
some bears this time.
I know. We were really looking forward to seeing bears.
You don't always see bears.
I want to see a bear.
It's not. Well,
we were
I mean,
promised bears and we got
I never
nothing.
promised bears.
Yeah, we were promised bears.
I never
we were promised cubs.
Okay, I do always see cubs.
But
Yeah, there you go. See, we were promised
Exactly.
cubs.
But that's at Sequoia National Park.
technically, that was Sequoia.
That was Sequoia.
No, that was the forest. I'm talking about the
Technically-
actual park. You have-
Technically, that was still Sequoia, though. It's at Sequoia all over the place.
Anyways,
All right, guys. Let's get into the beer of the day, and then we'll talk about the other two that we found on our trip. So I know everybody was probably expecting me to talk about Voodoos, since I kind of really hinted at it in the previous episode. But we kind of took a little trip to City Walk a couple weeks ago. And we stopped by to eat at the Johnny Rockets. And they had a beer there. It was recommended. It was called Passion Wolf. And I was like, well, I've tried the other one, the Wolf Pub. It was good. You know, it wasn't nothing crazy. So I decided to order the Passion Wolf. I got it. Honestly, it blew my mind. So I ordered another one and another one. And the three got me pretty messed up really quick. So I decided to scrap my Voodoo one for this time around and talk about Passion Wolf. It is from Golden Road Brewing Company. It's probably going to be the first of many that we're going to talk about them. But like I said, this is just like something that kind of like blew me out of the water when I tasted it. So I wanted to give these guys a shot. Crystal had it with me, but Cass has never had it. So we're going to go ahead and do the crackening. And then we'll go ahead and talk about it and talk about Golden Road and, you know, how it came to be and everything. All right. So you guys ready? I'll start it off and then you guys go. Here's the crackening.
We did it.
Okay. All right. Let's pour it into the cup and then let's give it a review. Sounds like somebody's pissing.
Whoa.
wow, way to ruin it.
I'm kidding.
Smells like tangerines.
It actually does. All right. So right off the bat, it looks like.
Whoa.
So right off the bat, I think it gives it like a very orange flavored taste.
Very
citrusy.
citrusy.
Very orange, orange juice looking. Like
It almost killed me. What are you talking about?
I was trying to ignore that. Cass is here dying really quick.
Oh God! Somebody help me.
Too strong, buddy? Oh my God.
I'm crying as how amazing it tastes.
So a little bit of background on what happened. We had already the cups here, and we poured one of the passion wolves into it because we're drinking two, and our cups they can fit 2 beers. So after we did the crackening, we were pouring in one, and Cass wanted to finish off the passion wolf.
No, man, it was spilling. I don't want to finish it off.
He was trying to save it.
He drank some, and now he's dying. Oh, he was dying. He's recovered now.
Yeah, I'm good.
So let's give it the taste, guys, and then we can continue talking about Golden Road right now.
I tasted the foam. It tastes like death. It almost killed me.
It wasn't bad. Calm down.
You saw me. You saw the condition. I'm still coughing.
Your eyes are so watery.
Thank you. See, it tried to kill me.
This does not reflect on Golden Road Brewing.
I don't even want to try this beer.
It'll be the death of you.
Quite literally.
Oh, I just hit my mic.
So, have you guys tasted it?
Yeah.
Very hazy.
What do you guys think of it?
Very hazy. Very IPA. Very passion wolf. I would say so myself.
Wow. Tell me something I don't know.
It's made by Golden Road.
But I knew that.
Did you?
Yes.
Well, did you guys know that Golden Road started back in 2011? It was founded, let me see, by beer enthusiasts Meg Gill and Tony Yanao. I don't know if I butchered that. I apologize if I did. So like I assumed that for 4 years they were just a small brewing company. In LA, I think San Fernando Road. So probably like downtown ish. What would you say? San Fernando Road is like downtown.
San Fernando Road?
Yeah.
Or is it San Fernando?
No. San Fernando Road. I think that's downtown LA if I'm not mistaken. Let me find that though.
90039.
Yeah, so it's not downtown. It's more like the Burbank area. So that kind of part of LA. So that's where they originally opened up their first brew house. And back in 2015, they kind of did the big upgrade. So they went from a 15 BBL brew house to a 50. That just means the amount of beer they're able to produce in one place. So that's a big upgrade, going from 15 to 50. That same year, they were bought out by Anheuser. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but Anheuser-Busch. They're the ones that own Budweiser, Stella Artois, and Beck's. So those are big, big beers. Beers that you can pick up anywhere. So I guess that's really where we started seeing Golden Road everywhere. I mean, we've been to the Golden Road in OC, in Anaheim.
Yes, we have.
But
Yes, we have.
right in front of Angel Stadium.
Yes, it is.
But yeah, we've been to that one. We've never been to the one in LA. But just the one in OC. I mean, it has a beer garden. It has all these beers on tap. I mean, the staff there is very friendly. I've been there during lunchtime, and they're very friendly. You ask them a question about their beers, and they'll gladly, respond to you. No hesitation. They won't give you any. I guess they won't see you ugly, for asking questions about beer. They'll be helpful and they'll guide you towards the beer you want to drink. So that the time that I went there, I tried the Pacific. Was it Pacific? No, it was Palisades.
Pineapple Palisades.
Pineapple. There you go. I tried that based on their recommendation, and it was pretty great. But Wolf Pup, honestly, Passion Wolf is a lot better. What do you guys think?
It's pretty good. I like it.
I hate it.
Only because it tried to kill you. But what does it taste like to you?
Oh, yeah, how would you feel if a person tried to kill you? You'd hate them
we wouldn't
too.
be friends.
Nah, but in a serious note, it's pretty good, man. It's pretty smooth.
Yeah.
It's not rough on the taste buds. You get the little citrusy taste from the beer.
Absolutely.
Well, that citrus taste is passion fruit.
It's juicy and
Wait,
tropical, bursting with real passion fruit.
Bursting with real passion fruit.
Well, I mean that's what the can says.
Hey, that's what the can says?
Yeah.
It's outside,
Juicy and tropical, bursting with real passion.
I'm telling you,
for-
man. Everybody just gets beers, but they never actually take the time to appreciate what the can says.
Exactly. This is a 7%
7.0.
7% alcohol by volume beer, so it's pretty on the strong side. It's not on the light side. Has an IBU of 30, so it's a little sour. That's all it means.
It's that sour. I think I call it more bitter than anything else. I don't know what's the difference between bitter and sour.
I think it's the same thing.
No, they're not synonyms.
You mean,
Oh, no.
you mean synonyms?
Yeah, cinnamon. They're not cinnamon.
Jesus.
Man, I was there really good at English.
This is it's just, I like the beer. I think it's a great beer.
It's also kind of light. It's not so heavy.
Yeah, it is. It has a really light
For
taste
being
to
really
it.
strong. It's pretty light.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great tasting beer. I mean, that's why it blew my mind, because when I ordered it, I wasn't sure.
Sorry, that's me hitting my mic again.
When I purchased the beer, I wasn't sure what I was walking myself into. I was just going based on recommendation, and on their menu, it doesn't really say percentage or anything like that. So
We didn't look at the menu. They just said, "Try it," and you ordered it.
That's right. So
Yeah.
we ordered it. We tried it, and I fell in love with it. You know, I had a second one. I had a third one.
It was after the second one that he was like, "Okay, I need to know what is this," and he did his research, and then he found out it was 7%, and his mind was blown, and he's like, "Okay, this is so good. I have to keep going." He got another one, and yeah, after that he was a little hazy himself.
Yeah, I mean, the taste of it, it can definitely come back to blow you in the back of your head, I guess.
What?
Okay.
What kind of metaphor is that?
Okay, I meant to say it can come back to bite you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's what I meant to say.
Well, yeah, it's like I said, it's very light taste, so you kind of just drink it, and the next thing you know, it slaps, and then you're like, "Oh, I'm pretty buzzed."
I don't think pretty buzzed is the word for that. It can get you really messed up really quick.
I don't know. I didn't drink that much of it. I just tried it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really good beer, and that's why we're having it now, and that's why I wanted to bring it to the table, so we can talk about it and review it and give our insight from it. I genuinely like this. I mean, I'm a fan of Golden Road. Period. They make Mango Cart, which eventually we'll be talking about on here. They also make Pineapple Palisades. They make the Dodgers Cerveza. Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm. They have one for the Dodgers.
Yeah. So
Go Dodgers.
So I mean, I have my respects to the Golden Road. They are a bigger company than I thought they were originally. I thought they were just a small, LA brewing company, but they're pretty big now, which kind of explains why you can see them in most stores that you walk into. They'll have some variation of Golden Road, whether it's the Mango Cart, whether it's the non-alcoholic Mango Cart. What else? I think like the popular ones are like those, or like the variety packs.
The what is it? The Wolf Pack. That's pretty popular.
Yeah, that's actually one of their very first packs. It's one of their popular ones.
Can you find Passion Wolf in there?
Yeah, you can.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's actually in there. But yeah, I mean it's very citrical. The beer.
Citrical?
It's a word, right?
I think it's citrusy, not citrical.
Wait, so you're telling me that I just made up a word on the spot
You
right
really did.
Yeah, you kind of.
Citrical.
I think his mind turned hazy already.
Yep.
Citrical. No, citrical is actually a word.
Citrical.
Citrical. I don't know if it's for like the same meaning as I'm trying to say it, but
Doubt it.
but it's citrical. It's a word.
Well, here's the Webster and her dictionary, or his dictionary. I don't know who Webster is.
Any other inputs, guys, about this beer, or just Golden Road Brewing in general?
Golden Road. Why is it in Anaheim?
It's in LA.
It's in LA. Also, Anaheim is just a different.
Anaheim and sorry, I was gonna say Anaheim. Sorry. Anaheim is like their second. So they're called pubs. On if you go to their website, they talk about how they're different pubs in all their locations. But their first one was LA.
Okay.
Then you have Pub OC. You have Pub Midtown. Pub GCM, which is downtown Los Angeles. Pub HB, Huntington Beach. And I think that's it.
That's quite a few, actually.
Well,
But-
most of them are in OC, huh?
Well, yeah. Well, two of them are actually.
Well, most, because it's what, 3 of them?
Because Pub Midtown is in Sacramento.
Oh, okay.
Pub GCM is in LA. Downtown LA. Pub HB is Huntington Beach. So you have two, and one. So you have 2 in LA County, 2 in OC, and 1 in Sacramento.
Not bad.
Yeah, but their first one was in LA. That's where they started off. I think their popular one though is the one in OC, because right across the street is the Angel Stadium.
It gets pretty busy.
Yeah, and the day I was there for lunch, the waiters were talking, and they were saying that their popular times for their particular location is right after an Angels game. So people will go literally right across the street and go and drink there.
I would too.
Well, yeah, because it's like it's a whole like brewery, you know, like they have games, they have places where you can.
They
like,
do.
chill.
They have an outside area where they have
They have
cornhole.
food. Can't say that.
Yeah, it's just a little homage to cornhole and our friend Hugo's.
Can't say that.
Our friend Hugo's favorite drinking game.
Favorite activity.
Oh, and a correction to the Dodgers. It's not Dodgers Cerveza. It's Dodger Blonde.
There you go.
Yeah.
But they do have a cerveza, right? They have some sort of cerveza.
Yeah,
Really?
I think they do. Oh, it's the GS Cerveza. That's what it is. And so you can
GS?
find them also
Golden
on
State?
Instagram at Golden Road
State?
Brew. And they have a lot of stuff that, all of the new beers they're coming out, they show love to, I guess, specific ones that you can find. Like there's a big Hazy Wolf one.
Yeah.
And it's a pint.
Okay.
They also a pint. Yes, Chris, a pint. I found something that I want to try. Golden Road Chelada Cart Guava Michelada.
Guava.
Wow. Okay. I've never heard of that one.
I know I probably haven't mentioned it, but I'm so obsessed with Ace Guava. Oh, it is so good.
Another beer that will end up on this podcast at some point.
Yeah, we'll probably do like, I would like to go over and review the pack, just kind of all in one shot, just because I drink them all the time, so it's not really a tasting it's more of a review.
Well, it would be a review for you and a taste for us, because we don't really drink Ace. I think we've had the pineapple one
a lot, but I became obsessed with the guava one.
Yeah.
Because of Cass. Another one we could review from Golden Road is that very fun story for Wolf Among Weeds.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Yeah, that's another good one. Yeah. Like I said, most of Golden Road beer, they're actually pretty good. We've had quite a few from their selection. But like I said, to me, this one stood out a lot, just because it crept up on me. No beers can creep over me like this one did, and this one really got to me. Like it just snuck underneath the rug and got me.
Yeah, it's also just growing really popular, so it's really easy to find.
Yeah, I mean it's backed by a big distributor. When you're backed by a big distributor, you're at some point you're gonna see it everywhere, and that's the case with Golden Road, and with this one specifically. But another thing I wanted to point out was that their locations, out of all 5, the one in OC is the one that closes the latest. So it closes at 11:30 on Fridays and Saturdays.
Well, there's 2 in OC, so can you like?
Sorry, the Pub
The one
OC,
across
the one
from
from
Angel City.
Angel Stadium. From Angel Stadium. So yeah, that's the one that closes the latest. So, that just goes to show that that's their most popular location. From based on things that we've seen. Any final words on this beer before we go to our 2 other beers?
No, not really. I think it's just something really refreshing, kind of like that mystery flavor. It's really refreshing. You can drink it, but it is obviously way stronger.
Yeah.
So you keep drinking this, it's gonna hit you at some point.
Oh yeah. How about you, Cass?
I mean, it's pretty hazy. Look at it.
Final words before about the beer that almost killed you.
Yeah, it almost killed me. I'm still drinking it.
All right, guys. We're going to go on to beers number 2 and 3 right now. And we're back. Well, not that we ever left. But we're going on to beer number 2 now. Today, continuing on, we're going to talk about Kern River's Mountain Hazy IPA. So these are the beers, and this is one of 2. These are the beers that we found on our little trip. We happened to pass by a little brew house on our way to their campsite, and we decided that on the way back we would stop by and pick up some beers, and talk about it on our podcast. And since we needed to do this podcast, I just thought it was a great idea to add everything together and just talk about it. So we're here. We're gonna try it. We're gonna do the Krakening, and we're gonna go ahead and get to it.
The Krakening 2.
The Krakening 2. You ready, guys?
The Crackful.
So since this was a beer that was basically picked up by all of us, nobody really gets a specific.
At the same time.
So, exactly. So at the same time, we'll all do the Krakening. So give me a minute here, guys, and we'll get started. 3, 2, 1. That was the multi-Krakening, guys.
Sorry, I got a little ahead of myself. I was too excited. So we went to this, I guess you want to say general store that was really close to the campsite, thankfully. And we saw that they had a Kern River Brewing Company. And then Flames Kid reminded me that we have seen these here before at Court. And it makes sense on why. These beers, even though it's from a very small place in Kernville County, or the city is called Kernville, this is basically at the gateway of Sequoia National Park, which is my love. And I love that place. I literally can't get enough of it. But so we saw that they had some beers. But then as we kept going to stores, I saw that the brewery was actually there. And when doing some research, we saw that the brewery has 2 locations, and they're literally 100 feet apart from each other. They share a parking lot and everything. And the difference is they have different food. Literally, that's about it. So they both have games. They have a nice place to, sit down and just have a brew. And it's very woodsy themed. And then the names of the beers are also kind of local. They try to keep to local names.
Yeah.
So it's the one and only brew pub there in Kern County.
I don't think in Kern County. Maybe Kernville.
Well, no, Kern County.
Oh, it's the only one in Kern County?
Yeah, I don't think it's a very big county, but yeah, it's the only one there.
Oh, wow. That I didn't know.
Yeah, and then again, it's at the gateway of the Sequoia National Forest. It actually has pretty great reviews if you Google it. It's at a 4.5 out of 500 reviews.
It's pretty good.
But it's a small place. So
well, I mean, we saw it when we went in to get the beers.
Yeah, and it was really nice. The people were very nice, and
yeah.
They have an indoor and outdoor area. On the other location that we didn't get to go to, they have kind of like a balcony where you can sit outside and have a beautiful view of the mountains. So it's really, really cool. They have live music every Friday, I think from 8 to 10, I believe I saw. And they have kind of already a set number of bands that come, but they also, welcome new bands.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then their phrases or like their slogan is Cozy Brewery, serving American fare and a variety of homemade brews in a mountain themed setting. So it's a pretty cool place that we saw. They have a lot of merch too to kind of promote it. And so, like Flames Kid said, we're starting with Mountain Haze.
Okay.
And this is a. What's the percentage on this?
I believe it is 7, if I'm not mistaken.
Another 7?
How are we gonna get through the night?
One more 7 and we'll have lucky 7s, guys.
Let me check my Discord, because on Discord I did add all these beers that we're drinking. Yeah, it is a 7.
It's a 7.
Oh my god, it's a pint.
And it's a hazy IPA. And
Brewery Group of the Year 2019.
yeah, so it has a Great American Beer Festival Award for Brewery Group of the Year for 2019. But they have other awards for their other beers. For the Lazy River, which lazy is spelled LHAZY. It's a New England IPA, and it won San Diego's International Beer Competition. Yes, it's a 6.8 with no IBUs. So that one won that award, and then they have 5 other beers that won awards.
Okay.
Yeah, and those are the same awards that this one won. The Great American Beer Festival, which is the Riviosa Mexican Lager. There's a Gravity Check, a Side Hike, and a Brown Claw Brown Porter.
Yeah, and I mean, between this one and then our next beer, this is the lightest beer, because
Yeah.
our next beer is a little bit stronger than this, and it's a little bit darker.
We'll get to that. We'll get to
it. We'll get to it. I just want to, throw it in there. So as far as this beer, let's give it a taste, guys. Let's try it out, and let's see if we like it.
Alright.
So just to be clear, like nobody has tried this beer before, right?
That's correct. Nobody's tried this beer.
All right then.
Let's see. I'm gonna pour it really quick.
Wow. Okay. This is definitely a big.
Does it taste like a lake or a river?
I mean,
Ooh, it's fresh.
it's strong.
Kind of sour.
It's really sour, and it has no IBU.
That's crazy.
Yeah, when I checked the IBU rating on this one, it's
actually pretty smooth to me, actually.
yeah, it's not smooth
It's
to
not
me at all.
It's not strong at all. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, to me, I mean, right off the bat, I get a very
It has a sour taste.
it
that's
has
all.
a very sour taste.
Does it?
It does.
I don't taste anything, man.
And considering that we just had a hazy IPA right before this one,
Yeah, this one's way.
it's a big. I mean, if you're looking at it on a spectrum of beers, it's probably on the opposite end, because it's very, very strong.
And on the
I
can,
don't know about very, very strong, man. Because honestly, like I don't taste the bitterness that you guys are talking about.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, to me and Lena, it's you can taste a bitterness in it,
Mm-hmm. Well, Calf says people don't appreciate cans. Well, this one's kind of just brown. It has mountain haze on it. It's a hazy IPA. They appreciate that award from 2019. Then they have a little passage here, and it says, in the Sierras, everything is just a little more vivid. Maybe it's the altitude, or maybe it's the attitude. Either way, the perspective from the mountain looking down on a hazy day is quite different from the other way around. We highly suggest you try it. Don't forget to bring along this hazy treat, bursting with Sultana, Trident, and Centennial hops. You'll never forget to keep seeing things from a different point of view. Something tells me this beer will not stop me from seeing things from a different point of view.
Yeah, I mean, it's very, very has a very unique taste right off the bat.
Yeah.
It's good, man. Honestly,
It is good though. I'm not saying it's bad. It just
I think it's smooth.
smooth.
Yeah, like that's the way I see it. That's the way I taste it, at least. It's like really smooth.
Yeah, I get a sour taste, right? Like a sour taste in my mouth after I drink some of it.
I guess maybe it's because it's more citrusy than the other one is.
This one, no. I think,
No, the other one was
I
way
think
more citrusy.
I think
to be
Passion
honest.
Wolf was a little bit more citrusy
Yeah.
than this one.
Really?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's just something that just gives it a way. Yeah, I think it's a stronger taste, Cass. I
Yeah.
don't know.
This one's-
The taste to me is kind of the same, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Still good though.
But
Yeah.
then again, nobody reads the same book. Sorry, no two people read the same book the same way. If you know what I mean.
yeah.
But yeah, but this place is really cool. They're very sweet when we went in.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm glad we were able to get to the brewery because I didn't want to buy them from the general store.
Yeah, I mean, we were in the area,
Well, yeah, man, why not? Like anytime you go anywhere, like maybe there's beer there that we can buy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Everybody's like craft beer, like that's actually like a thing these days. It's not. It's very popular, is what I'm trying to say. Like people just do it for fun sometimes. Like even like I mean, this is probably irrelevant, but in Breaking Bad, what's his name? Was doing it in his own garage. Walt's brother-in-law, Hank. There you go, Hank.
Oh,
I couldn't think of the name.
That's right.
He was doing it in his own garage. Like it's not something that's rare. It's just it's a hobby for some people. It's a business for others.
Right.
So it's not strange.
I agree. And this place is pretty cool. It ships beer to all California residents. Typically, it's a one-day delivery. So they usually do it on, I believe, Wednesdays, and you'll have it by Thursday. They also have merch, which was really cool to see because they promote that a lot in their little lobby. And a lot of it was hops. It was hops and barley.
Yeah, that was a big thing. That was a big sellers, actually. They have a variety of different designs.
Yeah, so you can also get that shipped to yourself, too. And it's very affordable compared to, remember, what was it? Pariah. It was kind of pricey. And for these, it was, I think it's like $20 to ship it out, which is pretty affordable to me.
Wait, so it's $20 plus the beer cost?
No, $20 is
So
the cost.
Total?
Maybe there's some tax in there, but it's pretty affordable because it's a small place.
Yeah.
They also have a pretty nice area to chill, relax, and then they say play. I'm assuming they have some areas for games. Maybe they just include that because it's family friendly. It's family friendly, so they allow kids inside, and it's just really interesting. They have a local legend. So one of their beers is called Lovely.
Okay.
And so it's about a Cherokee man that was named Lovely Rogers. He was chasing his runaway mule one day in the Kern River Valley. And in the process of trying to track down this stubborn beast, so they say, he discovered gold. And that founded the settlement that would become Kernville. So they named the drink Lovely. It's a Kern raspberry sour. It's a raspberry sour brew. Okay. And it has awards as well. So I'm assuming it's really good. I wish we could have got that, but there was just so many flavors. They have an Isabella Blonde. For the Isabella River. They have a Iberia Italian style Pilsner. They have a Sierra Meadow Saison. They have a Sequoia Red. Sorry. They have Double Check, Church, and then the next one we'll be tasting is the Class V Stout. So they have a lot of them that are really, really interesting, and all the names are local. That's what I read.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, yeah, I mean, you kind of said it with like the Isabella River.
Yeah, but no, I mean like all of them. They are local. There's one that's called Church, and I say it that way because it's like 3 or 4 U's in that, and that's because there is a church there that we drove by. It's a pretty popular one apparently, and I guess they all kind of meet there. And that's a 7.6 alcohol by volume.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. So it's a nice little place. It's honestly not big, which makes sense why they have 2 different locations really close by, and they're just able to provide good beer.
Yeah, I mean, this beer is pretty good. I mean, I'm almost done with it, and I mean, it's hit pretty hard. And this is considering that I had already a Passion Wolf before this.
You had 2 Passion Wolves.
Yeah, 2.
Okay, two cans.
That was a very poor decision, by the way. We're never doing that again.
So, it's pretty good, but like I said, it is pretty sour compared to the Passion Wolf.
I don't know. I don't think it's that sour, to be honest.
I mean,
I honestly don't think it's that sour.
It's just a stronger taste than the passion wolf to me. Everybody, yeah, everybody's.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, everybody's different,
everyone's different. Yeah.
yeah, and we still have one more beer to review, guys.
If we can get through it.
Oh, we're gonna get to it.
Oh,
How you
we're
guys
gonna
feeling?
get through it.
How you guys feeling? We've
I'm-
had 2 passion wolves, and we're getting halfway through this mountain haze.
we're getting there. I mean, we're getting
I
there.
can't feel my face and I'm with you.
Yeah. We've also we took a little break between reviewing both beers,
Yeah.
and in doing so, we watched the Spider-Man trailer.
The leaked.
No.
trailer.
It's actually official. It's an official teaser.
It's in a. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's
Did
an.
they make it because
It's the official
because
teaser.
from what I read, it was leaked, and then Sony pulled the trailer from the. But who was it uploaded by?
Sony Pictures.
Sony Pictures.
Yeah, it's an official.
Okay, so I guess they accepted the fact that it was leaked, and
Well,
they
well-
just decided to claim it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, actually,
But the story behind it, well, from what I know at least, is that it was leaked, and Sony tried to pull it, but I guess it wasn't successful.
well, from what I heard is that they had made an announcement this morning saying that they would release it at, I believe, 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah.
And while we were doing the podcast, I completely blanked out and remembered that it was gonna get released. So during the little break, we watched it, and by God, I am ready for that movie.
Well, I mean, honestly, everybody's hopeful for that movie because there's a lot of elements to that movie that everybody wants to see implemented into it, and there's a lot of memes about it out there. Cause
I mean-
it's Spider-Man, dude. Like they literally butcher the heck out of this movie because it's like it's the golden boy for Sony at this point, you know.
Yeah, that and Venom. But I mean, I'm really excited for this movie. This movie is gonna definitely lead
It's
us.
gonna be a game changer, to be honest.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's gonna be a really good game changer.
And we don't want to do any spoilers for any people that haven't seen it, or
I mean, if you haven't seen it, man, you're really missing out.
yeah, you're missing out on this because that trailer is. I mean, it's good.
It gives you like it's like it's hinting to a lot of things, but at the same time, realistically, the movie can only be 2 hours long, but it's not gonna be 2 hours long.
And while we're doing this, Lena's over there trying to catch Zacian on
Wow,
Pokemon
put
Go.
me on blast. I saw an opportunity and I took it, and I'm gonna get it.
Yeah,
We'll get
she's
it, man,
really
get it.
gotten involved in Pokemon Go, guys. So
I just feel very, how could I say it? Uncultured. I
Oh.
honestly remember seeing Pokemon and Digimon and even like Yu-Gi-Oh with my uncle, Chris, when I was younger.
Hey, I'm not your uncle.
You're not. I'm talking about my actual uncle. He's also named Chris.
Disrespectful.
So I remember
disrespect
watching
me
all
like
that stuff with him, but jeez, it was so long ago. And then Disney kind of just ruined me, and I don't know. I just became very uncultured. Got really into Disney and the Nickelodeon, but I'm
and
getting
the
really into Pokemon
Nickelodeon.
Go. It was not my decision, so you can't talk crap because you got me into this. It's your fault. You did this to me.
You
All
ruined
right.
her.
So, guys, any other final words on Mountain Haze?
No,
You
not
know,
really.
it literally tastes like a mountain.
What do you know what a mountain tastes like?
I've never tasted a mountain
I've
before.
never
You
tasted
guys have
mountain.
never licked dirt before?
Nope.
I guess I'm
No,
the only,
no.
I
not
guess I'm the
really
only
my
one,
thing.
apparently.
Luckily,
Well, for those of you that have actually
be a
have
delicacy.
licked dirt, it tastes like a mountain.
that's good to know. Good to know. Readers, if you've tasted a mountain
Readers,
before,
nobody's reading this, man.
You mean listeners?
listeners, I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Listeners, if you're listening to us, if you've tasted a mountain before of dirt, that's what this beer tastes like, apparently.
No, not a mountain of dirt, an actual mountain. You guys have never licked a rock before? Sucked
Who
on a
has-
pebble?
Nope.
Really?
No, thank you. It's
You
not my
guys are
thing.
spoiled.
I really was.
Yeah, no. I've never done any of that.
You guys are really spoiled, man.
Nope. All right, guys. Well, we're going to move on to beer number 3 now.
You're gonna have to give me a minute. I'm still finishing this one. And we are back again. We are now on to beer number 3. This is Cass's pick. Not officially, but just from Kern River Brewing Company. And this is the Class B Stout. So this is going to be the first stout that I actually try.
The first stout that we actually review.
That too.
That too. That's very important.
So let's go, Kern River. It's made out of, what was it? I think oatmeal, milk.
You're the only one that knows, honestly.
Well, then let me keep going because I'm pretty messed up at this point. And don't laugh. That's not funny. Give me one quick second.
We apologize. Crystal's iPad is a bit slow.
I'm sorry? I was just pulling it up. It's not slow. The love of my life bought me this thing. Trust me, it's not slow. Anyways, this thing is made out of oatmeal, milk, and imperial stout. It's all in one.
Did you say oatmeal?
Oatmeal.
Oh, I didn't hear the T. I'm sorry.
Oatmeal. Anyways, so this is using, I apologize if I say this wrong, but it's using Chinook and Cascade hops to produce an extraordinary finish. And there's no IBUs for this beer. So I'm so excited. I hope it's pretty milky and I hope I enjoy it. I really hope I do enjoy it. This is an 8.5 APV volume.
No. Oh, yeah.
Or alcohol per volume.
Alcohol by volume.
Yes, you're always right. Alcohol by volume. So this is really going to tip the bridges on us.
And just for the listeners listening to us, this is your first stout, correct?
Yeah.
What are you expecting from this stout?
It's going to be very strong. And Cass always says it tastes like coffee, so I'm so excited.
Well, there's two kinds of stouts. There's the coffee stouts and then there's the milk stouts.
All right.
Oh, but it seems like
so this one seems more like a milk stout. I've never tasted this before, but from what that's right. From what you're describing on this beer, it's gonna taste more like a milk stout than a coffee stout. So you should be safe.
Now, Crystal,
Mm-hmm.
I should warn you
before
you have this stout that
Okay.
it is not exactly what you are expecting.
Most likely. It never is.
Stouts are
Okay, so just to be clear, on the can it says not for the timid. I just want to throw it out there before you taste it, man.
It says this imperial oatmeal milk stout is not for the ordinary beer. Rich, complex aromas and flavor await the intrepid adventurer with fresh roasted coffee and chocolate notes. Some
might think it's a bit extreme, but that is precisely why we consider it a classic. This beer is not like... Wait, this beer is like the Kern at the high water. Not for the timid.
Here's the funny part, though. We don't know what the Kern at high water is.
Because it was pretty dry.
It's pretty low. It's a pretty low water down there.
Hey, that's not their fault.
I'm not saying it is, man. I'm just saying
warming.
it's like we don't know what it's
Not
like.
fake.
We melted all the ice cubes.
So, guys, this is why we called this a mega episode, because we have drank 3 different... Well, this will be the 3rd beer on this same podcast. So, please, I hope you guys enjoy this episode.
Before we continue, how do you feel, Flameskin?
I am pretty buzzed.
Scale from 1 to 10. Where would you rate yourself?
I'm pretty much a 7 at this point.
You're at a 7.
Yeah, I'm
Cass,
like at
what
a
about you?
6 or 7.
6 or 7.
What about you, Alina?
7.7.5.
7.7.5?
What
the
that's a 10 in my book.
No, not really.
Yeah.
But this will definitely throw me over the edge because this is an 8.5, and we're gonna do the crackening right now, and I'm pretty
Again
sure
for the third time.
The crackening part 3, guys. This is like a world record right here. The crackening part 3.
the podcast special for sure.
Yeah.
But so we're gonna do crackening part 3, and I'm gonna pour this, and it's gonna look darker than my soul.
All right, guys.
But
Let's get started.
But not as dark as Cass's soul.
Thank you.
So let's go ahead and get started.
All right.
And we'll do the crackening at the same time again, just to Ready? 3,
All right.
2, 1.
Oh,
Somebody missed it.
No, I got it.
Somebody missed it.
Now, if
Wait. All right. Before you even taste it or anything, what do you guys smell?
it's coffee. I can straight out say
no,
coffee.
I don't smell coffee.
Yeah. I smell
I
unbrewed.
smell a hint of coffee, but
I smell
can't say I smell
unbrewed coffee.
Maybe.
I smell like a hint of coffee.
Okay, a hint.
Wait, pour the whole thing in there.
Hold on, I was just trying to get a whiff. Ooh, it is darker than my soul. Oh wow.
And for those of you that are following us on Discord, I do have a picture of this stout on there.
See, now the reason why I like a stout is because it's basically the way I take my coffee. It's black. I don't put any cream. I don't put any sugar.
But I like a lot of cream in my coffee.
And I know. And the thing is, it's like this is exactly why I like a stout. Look, if you look at it through the glass, there's no light shining through. You really can't see
Yeah, it's dark
through
as hell.
anything, dude. And that's basically the way I like my coffee, man. I like my coffee for the taste. I don't like it for the cream. I don't want sugar in it. I want to know what coffee tastes like.
Sugar.
And we're going to go ahead and give it that taste right now to tell you
Alright.
exactly what that tastes like.
I know. Here's my first taste. My first stout. Let's do it.
She's probably going to hate it, to be honest.
Stop.
Yeah, you're probably going to hate
Yeah,
it.
you're
It's not what you expect.
Oh, you're bumming me out. Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a strong taste. But it is a strong percentage of alcohol. What do you think? You're used to stouts, Cass. What do you like? I mean, do you like it or what do you think?
He's taking a big sip, so I'm assuming he likes it.
He's getting the buds on it.
See, I'm accustomed to these hazy IPAs now and stuff, so I gotta get I gotta associate myself with the flavor.
You gotta
of
let
this.
the taste simmer into your
Yep.
taste buds.
I gotta get that milk mustache.
I'll be flat out and honest. I'm not a fan of it. And
It's
that's
actually
just,
pretty good, man.
and
It's
that's-
actually smoother than
It
most
does
of the
have-
stouts.
and
does
that's just
have a
because
choppy
I'm not a
taste.
fan of stouts. I right off the bat, I'm not a fan of stouts. I will try them. I will drink them, but I'm not a fan of them.
I do see where the coffee flavor comes in. I didn't smell it as much as they did, but I do taste it now. This thing is dark.
Yep, the way I like a beer.
Yeah, this is pretty strong. I mean,
It's pretty strong. It's also very
It's-
heavy.
See, the reason I like stouts is because they're either gonna taste like coffee, chocolate, or milk.
It tastes
And
like all three.
tell me anybody in the world that hates all those three flavors.
I mean, I don't, but
There's
this,
gonna be somebody that likes at least a third of those flavors.
I think in 2 hours I'm gonna be throwing up by the bathroom.
I don't think so. You're exaggerating, my friend.
I don't know about that. This one's really strong, and we did save it for the end, which we are already on a past halfway.
See, here's the thing,
scale.
though. You've never tried a stout,
No,
so
I've
it's
never.
kind of like it's something new for you.
Mhm.
You know, you can tell us what you feel like, what you like from it, what you don't like from it.
I was hoping it was gonna be sweeter. I'm not
Well,
gonna lie.
Here, there are some sweet stouts out there, but this is not one of them.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
guarantee you
not.
that.
I mean, right now we're mainly focused on you because I've had a stout before. Cass has definitely had a stout before.
Oh God, Cass
So-
loves the Guinness stouts.
yes, I
So
do.
so we want to know
A little too much.
What you think of this stout, and stouts going forward, obviously.
I guess it does have that milk and chocolatey flavor. I do taste coffee into it. It's not very strong, but then that's the thing is that I drink my coffee. For those of you who don't know me, I'm very new to coffee. My childhood best friend, we will leave her unnamed. She's the one who bought me a Starbucks coffee one day and it just got me hooked. I love the feeling of coffee, so ever since that one day at work together, I've never been the same person.
It
so
only takes one bad day.
One
it really
bad-
does. It wasn't a bad day, but I know that
Well,
was a Batman
well,
reference.
Yes, I know.
That was actually the Killing Joke reference.
There you go. So I know that. But anyways, that one day changed my life forever because I felt so bad that she, went out of her way to get this coffee for myself. She spent her own money. She didn't ask me for anything in return. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to drink it for the hell of it. And I loved it. But obviously it was a very, I want to say, not so strong coffee because it was full of, creamer. But yeah, I'm used to that. I'm used to a lot of creamer. I'm used to a lot of sugar into it, especially. But it does have a strong coffee taste. It's just a strong and heavy flavor to begin with. I don't know, just a few sips of this thing, and it's taking my buzz from a 7.75 to an 8.5. How do you guys feel?
7.75.
You heard me, Cass.
Hold on. 7.75 to an 8.5. That's a what? That's a 0.8?
No, that's
difference?
a 0.75 difference.
Wait, what?
0.75? Yeah. 7.75 to 8.5 is a 0.75 difference.
Can I change it?
Nope, cannot.
I don't think that's a... Are you sure that's a 0.75?
That's, yes. She says she was a 7.75 to an 8.5 difference. That's a 0.75 difference.
Anyways, I think we're maybe getting a little higher. The more I drink this thing...
I'm going to take your word on that because I don't want to do the math right now.
Let's
wait.
I
don't know
I can math. I just don't want to math right now.
We have calculators for this.
We have technology,
yes,
SpongeBob.
So we have 8.5. So 8.5 is on the screen.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, I see that.
Minus 7.75, and this is on the
I think
iPhone
I'm
calculator.
pretty sure you're gonna be right on that,
calculator.
but
yeah,
Stop
go ahead.
getting so
Equal
specific.
0.75.
0.75.
Ooh, he knows
So-
how to math.
So I was right from the beginning. Let this be testimony that
This is like a tenth of the times that you're wrong.
You know what?
Right.
That's right. That's right.
I think the beer makes me smarter.
Oh, I don't know about that.
A stout, yeah, man. Stouts
More
totally
of a
make you
smart
smarter.
ass. More of a smart ass.
Stouts make you smarter, man. Everybody that's of legal drinking age drinks stouts. They make you smarter.
Jesus Christ.
Well, as we're drinking this thing, do you guys want to tell a party story or something you want to share?
A party story?
I don't know. Something experience.
Party stories where I drink stouts always lead to me blacking out and not remembering anything.
Hey,
I
I have a story about blacking out. Do you?
Everybody does, I'm pretty sure. And if you don't, you're not living your life to the fullest.
Well, I only have one, though. So maybe I'm not living life.
So how about you?
Elaborate.
How about you elaborate to our listeners?
Since you want to talk about blacking out party stories.
No. I did not say that.
You did.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did. Elaborate, please.
I would love to elaborate, but I think Cass needs to go first. Oh, sorry, no. I think Flame's kid should go first because that's kind of where we met.
Blacking out, yeah. It was
You guys are blacking out. You guys are sissies.
I mean, I did have a lot.
For the engagement / graduation party, or should I say it, graduation / engagement party for my childhood best friend, and also your friend.
I mean, at
from
this
childhood.
point, you could probably just mention her because you've already mentioned her like twice.
Oh, yeah, that's
So
right.
at this point,
Anyways, go on.
well, if you're not gonna do it, I'll do it.
Go ahead.
So the way me and Lena met, we met. Her childhood best friend is one of my childhood friends. I won't give out names specifically, but he is the owner of Major League Plumbing. So I do, work with them. So that's how you know we're a little bit connected. So he proposed to his then girlfriend on that day, and that is Lena's childhood best friend. I won't mention names unless Lena wants me to.
I don't know if they'll feel comfortable. That's what I'm.
Well, if they listen to this podcast, they'll know. So that being said, again, we met through obviously our friends, and at this party that Lena is talking about, we had a couple drinks. We got pretty messed up, and I was trying to take care of her while my childhood's best friend's brother, may he rest in peace, was trying to take care of her. And it just led to, me and her bonding, talking. And then the next day, me talking to her and, catching up to see how she was doing. And, we went from there and on out. But that was, I guess I want to say my last blackout story because I haven't blacked out since. It was, I had a lot to drink that day. And I was just pretty excited to drink. It had been a while since I had drank. And it was just I was amongst friends, I was amongst family, and I was just happy. So with that being said, I just enjoyed that day, pretty much. But Alina, I don't think that was your last blackout story.
Shut up. Let's not talk about that. I didn't block out that day. I remember that. I remember everything from that day.
Well, I'm not talking about the party. I'm talking about.
Well, but you failed to mention that we met the day before that. Technically.
Well, yeah. Well, I said that. I said that we met the day before, but the party is when we actually bonded.
Yeah. You were asking me a lot of questions. You were basically interrogating me, but we ended up having a lot in common.
Oh my God, an interrogation?
An interrogation, yes.
That's what Lena calls it, but whatever.
We had a lot in common. And it was pretty cool. We were getting to know each other, but we were both under the influence, and
heavily.
Oh my God! You guys do drugs?
No.
What?
Not with drugs. We were just heavily drunk.
Heavily.
So, I mean, Flames Kid was kind of holding his own. He blacked out, but he was, he looked fine. I was the one who looked like a mess.
That's an understatement. Because I'm the one that had to deal with that.
Well, that wasn't my problem then. But like you mentioned, your childhood best friend or childhood friend's brother, shall we name him?
That's fine.
Well, just rest in peace to him because he was my best bud. I mean, we were pretty close for the time that I knew him, and he was the best. And I truly miss him all the time, and it just sucks that he's not around anymore. But so he took care of me as even Flames Kid was trying to, but he was so protective because he was older that he didn't let Flames Kid near me. And
that was a good thing, actually.
Well, yeah, of course he was taking care of me. That, oh my God, I'm tearing up. He was taking care of me that he didn't want a stranger that I didn't really know to come near me, and that was so sweet. He was such a sweetheart.
But he knew me. That's the problem. I'm just kidding.
Not the point. He knew that I didn't know you that well.
Yeah.
And so he was trying to make sure that you didn't do anything inappropriate, which you didn't, which was very sweet. You were very kind, and that's why we kind of met up, because you found me on Facebook and you messaged me, and you said that you wanted to check in on how I was feeling because you know that I was pretty messed up because I was throwing up. And it was very disgusting.
Everywhere.
We don't need to mention details like that, Cass. Jesus.
Everywhere, guys. She was all over the place, and so was he, man.
No.
I basically had to take care of both of them.
Actually,
I was just like, oh my God.
Actually,
I did. I met you at the freaking Killers concert. What do you mean I didn't know you then?
We're not going.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But I did not throw up. That is a damn lie.
Okay, can't say the same.
I don't know about the man. I can't remember, to be honest.
I just blacked out. I just blacked out, and thanks to the homie who drove us home that night, and brought us home safe and sound,
I basically have to make you say thank you to him.
Still, thank you, homie. So back to the point of us blacking out.
Yeah,
Lena,
I was pretty messed up, and you blacked out.
But that wasn't the last time you blacked out, though.
No, it wasn't. Unfortunately. So I met Flames Kid a little bit before my 21st birthday, and his great idea was to go to DTF, and no, not down to beep.
Yeah, not that.
No. To downtown Fullerton, which I was already going to I was already going to school in Cal State Fullerton, which I had never been to downtown Fullerton. So for my birthday, we went out there with all the friends, all the guys. I won't name them because they'll eventually come on here.
Abraham.
We'll eventually have all the guys here. We have
Martinez.
a bunch of friends.
Abraham.
So they'll be here, and
Abraham, where are you?
I know we gotta have him on here for sure. Shit. So we'll eventually get into more of that. But yeah, we went to DTF, and you want to talk about your formula that you threw on me?
Yes.
Hey man, the formula works. Don't talk shit about the formula.
It works too well.
Here's the thing. Well. So, over our different times of going to DTF, we've concocted a formula that actually works in getting you party ready. Okay.
You mean effed up really freaking fast?
It gets you effed up really fast, but it also leaves you conscious enough to know that you're effed up. Now, any decisions you make after that is on you.
Now, from this point on, anything that I say will be trademarked. So listen to me. So the way we do our formula is we start off by getting 2 tall cans of our favorite beers. It could be Modelos. It could be anything that's in tall can form. We drink 2 of them right before our Uber picks up because obviously we're not driving to the place.
Right.
So
don't drink and drive. We don't condone it.
So we take 2 beers. We drink them as fast as we can. Our Uber picks us up. Okay. Once the Uber drops us off, we will take a Red Bull. That can be a flavor Red Bull, a regular Red Bull, whatever the case may be. Take the Red Bull. The Red Bull is to get you some energy. Then, from that point on, we arrive to the first bar, whatever we see. Doesn't matter what the bar is, we just order shots. Take shots of whatever you want. Preferably us is Patron. Yeah, preferably us is the silver Patron.
Gross. I can't drink Patron because of that day. I will never drink Patron again.
So it's Patron. We go ahead and take the shot. And then at that point, it starts. We just roam around, we drink, we have fun. And honestly, it's always a great time if we follow the formula. So DTF, that's the formula we follow. We've done that for a while now. And it's always had great outcomes.
Well, not for me.
You didn't follow the formula. That's
I did. I had what, 2
You
tall
got
cans
drunk.
of Modelo. We got in the Uber. We got there.
You know, fucked up is where you messed up.
No. Then we had that shot of Patron. We took that as a group, by the way.
Put it like this. Because of you, I lost my reading glasses.
Oh my God. Get over those glasses. You already got your own custom glasses now. But
he doesn't even need glasses.
He really doesn't. You're not
blind like I am.
I'm partially blind on my left eye.
Oh,
Shut up,
my
man.
God.
I'm really blind in my left eye. Yeah, beat that, son.
I know. Your glasses are insane, Cass. But either way, you don't need those glasses. You're totally fine. You just thought you looked cool.
Yep.
Okay, whatever.
But
I can
yeah,
quote you on that, actually.
it was not an easy night for myself because, but I wouldn't even be able to tell you the rest of the story because I just don't know.
Because she threw up in the Denny's restaurant.
She threw up in the booth that we were sitting at,
and that was pretty tough because we had to skedaddle out of there before.
Thank you for that. I don't even remember that, but I just
exactly.
You don't remember it, but we were there.
Yeah, but I just it never happened.
Yeah, I don't know about it. Never happened.
It never happened.
I'm pretty sure it happened.
No.
I'm pretty sure I was there.
Picture it didn't happen.
So
we have pictures.
That's rude.
Seeing that we went on tangent for a while, I'm pretty sure the beer has hit us.
Oh,
what are you guys thinking about the stout so far?
I am.
It's good, man. It's
sober.
what a stout should be. It's dark in color.
Dark.
It's hard in flavor.
Strong.
And I mean, there's a difference into what it tastes like, but what do you guys think it tastes like?
It's strong.
What do you guys think it tastes like, though? That's not the...
It tastes like coffee.
What about you, Lena?
It has a coffee flavor. It tastes like coffee. It's coffee.
What do you think, Lena?
It has a hint of coffee. I feel like it has a stronger flavor to it, but I can't put my finger on it.
Would you call it coffee or would you call it milk?
I don't know. More milk. Would you call it milk or coffee?
I'm asking you because I already know.
I know, but you know more about stouts
exactly.
than I
But
do.
I'm asking you because I already know.
Okay,
it's been decided in my book.
It doesn't have too much of a coffee taste. It has a hint of it for sure. It has that bitterness. But
so would you call it a coffee or would you call it a milk? He calls it coffee. What do you call it?
Coffee. I don't know. It's somewhere like in between, but I feel like it's not as much as coffee. It's like a hint of coffee flavor. It's just a stronger, different flavor that I'm not used to at all. What do you think?
So you're gonna say coffee?
What does experts say?
It's coffee. I mean, if you don't say coffee, I don't know what's wrong with you because it's coffee.
No.
Hold on, man. I'm giving you my
I've
expert decision.
I've smelled his Guinness before, and it's more coffee than this.
Yeah, that's why. No.
You know what's funny? The Guinness is actually supposed to taste more like a milk stout than a coffee stout.
Guinness?
Yeah, it is. It is. But it actually smells like coffee. I mean, a lot of stouts are coffee. I mean, hopefully one day when we're able to go back to
for sure, milk.
Milk, right?
Milk.
It's not. It's a hint of coffee, but it's not too much of a coffee flavor.
Hold on, let me give it a second smell.
Milk for sure.
I'm sorry, but I still smell coffee.
You smell coffee, but do you taste coffee?
I do taste coffee, and I'm very
Well, I mean that's what this podcast was made, man. Everybody has their different opinions.
definitely. I mean, we all have different taste buds. We all
That's
taste
what it
differently, and I hope the fans that are listening to us are able to follow us through what we're tasting and seeing. Through our Discord, we do post there our beers and stuff, our beer selections ahead of time. So that way, when we release the podcast, you actually know what we're tasting and drinking.
And we welcome any feedback, questions.
Definitely.
Or, we just like to post the pictures of it so that you can look for it. Because don't think that because we bought this at Kern River Brewing Company, meaning that you can only buy it from there. We've seen it at our local cork store. So I'm assuming we might be able to find it at other close, nearby stores here in the city.
Yeah, definitely. And
especially with all the awards these things have, it's insane. There's more than 5 beers that they have that have won awards.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and if that's not the case, I will let you know ahead of time.
Yeah.
If we can't find this locally, or if it's something that you can find anywhere. Like I said, the Golden Road, you can find that pretty much anywhere. It's basically national at this point.
But the Kern River ones, even if it's not near you, if you're living in California, which I'm almost certain the majority of the people that we know are from California, they're able to find this. They're either able to find this in their local place or get it shipped to them within the state of California.
Yes.
And it's at an affordable price versus like other places that I've seen.
Definitely.
So I would recommend you definitely try these. I mean, it just depends on your preference. There are a bunch of different beers that have awards, and I'm looking forward to trying it. And they have seltzers that we did see.
Yep.
Not that they have awards that I read about.
I saw one seltzer.
Yeah, I saw one when we were trying to pick because I'm out. Doesn't have an award. I wouldn't say it's not good because obviously I don't know. But, we just never know. I guess we just have to go back and buy some more.
I mean, like I said, we don't close the book on anything.
Absolutely not.
Like I said, with certain beers, we're gonna go back and visit them, whether it be the brew house, whether it be the company, whether it be the actual beer itself. We're gonna go ahead and revisit them and talk about them again. Because we're sorry, party foul. But we're gonna go ahead and revisit them because we're just getting started. These are our first beers. These are the beers that we're drinking right now, and we're gonna go ahead and revisit them at some point in our time.
Yeah.
And when we do, we're gonna give you a more in-depth review about it. So, with that being said, any final words on the stout?
I wish it was sweeter. Oh, I wish it was sweeter. I like it.
It's good.
It's
good the way it is.
Okay. I guess it's because it was my first one, and because I have that hint of coffee. I just want to throw some sugar in it, but no, that's gonna ruin the flavor.
I mean, the thing is about stouts, like I said, it's either gonna taste like milk or coffee. And there's some that really taste like milk, but this one is more on the coffee side.
Yeah, it is. It's most definitely on the coffee side.
It's a little more on the coffee side.
All right.
But I mean, from the stouts that I've tasted, it's either gonna taste like milk or it's gonna taste like coffee.
Now, for a final, I guess, review on our listeners, out of 10, how drunk are you, Lena?
Boy, at this point, I think everybody's is a 10.
I am 9.7. I am okay now. I'm not close.
You round it up, it's a 10.
I want to say really close to a 10. I'm not at a point where I would black out for sure.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel very loose and very comfortable.
I mean, and I'm glad because this is our mega episode.
Yeah.
This is an episode where we reviewed 3 beers from 2 different brewing companies. And I'm glad that we were able to do that. We were able to survive through all 3 beers. Shout out to Golden Road Brewing Company. Shout out to Kern River Brewing Company.
Kern River, I think, kind of needs it because it's like all the way up there, like
Yeah.
Well,
In the
like I said, before we recorded this, Corked did have some of Kern River's beer, and some of my friends had pointed out about Kern River Brewing Company. So they had already stopped there and drank some beers. So I'm glad that we're able to taste some and drink some. But other than that, any final words on the stout itself?
Stouts
It's
are
so
good.
strong.
Stouts are good.
I
Drink
still have
stouts.
halfway to go,
And we'll get there. We'll drink this before the night's end.
oh Lord,
Stouts are good, man.
they are.
If you like
good.
coffee, you like stouts.
It's just so much stronger than I expected. I know to expect 8.5,
Yep. But a stout hits you
It's
different.
not. See, the thing about a stout, it's not just about the alcohol volume. It's also about the taste.
but the ingredients as well, they're very heavy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not your typical beer, and like I told you, it's not something you can just take lightly. It's not something you can have like a hazy IPA and drink it, and that's it. A stout requires taste. It requires you to like it.
You have to like a stout to
Yeah.
actually drink a stout.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just gonna stay there and warm up. And it's gonna be any
Because
good.
a lot of people that I know, I mean, shout out to my boy Hugo. He already knows I like stouts. He won't drink a stout because he doesn't like the taste.
Yeah, he's more of a light beer guy.
He's a
kind of
light
guy.
beer or like
Yeah,
a.
Yeah,
I
of course.
actually like the Passion Pub one.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. But
Yeah,
Like
but
I s-
like I said, it requires for you to like a stout
Yeah.
to drink a stout.
I agree. It's not what I expected, unfortunately, but I won't say that it will steer me away. I feel like I might end up wanting to find a stout that I like.
well, I mean, it's never too late to try it again. At some point we're gonna end up brewing stouts again.
Yeah,
We're gonna
of
drink
course.
them, and I mean,
Hell yeah, especially with me
Yeah.
on this podcast.
and at this point, I can easily say that I've gotten used to IPAs. Over the last year, if you would have told me over a year ago that I'd be drinking IPAs, I would have told you you're crazy, because all I was drinking was light beers or lagers or anything like that.
Yeah, I agree.
But
Also, when we were on our camping trip, we bought a bunch of Modelo. We bought a bunch of Modelos, and it ended up not really hitting us as we usually do. And how many did you drink? Like 8?
I drink 8 and no
Nothing
effect.
hit.
Yeah,
You were completely fine. And
Yeah.
I feel like I couldn't even get to that point because I couldn't even down so many beers. I feel like I got so used to a higher alcohol percentage that I drink less and it hits me more versus working for it and drinking more and having it hit me. So I really didn't get a buzz that weekend, but I still had a great time. You don't have to be under
Definitely.
the influence to have a great
Yep.
time.
All right, guys. Well, that I guess this concludes our 3 reviews
Yeah.
of the Passion with Hazy IPA, of the Mountain Haze Hazy IPA, and of the Class V Stout from Kern River Brewing and Golden Road
like a
Brewing.
Class 5 stout.
I would probably think it's Class 5, but I mean I'm gonna go Class V because that's what this is on the can. I've had blast and drinking these. I've gotten pretty buzzed off drinking these.
Yeah.
And it's been great, off this mega episode. I'm glad that we did all 3 together. I'm glad that, we've been all 3 of us here drinking this and enjoying it. I hope to do one more mega episode in the future. And I hope our listeners are enjoying us, ramble on, because at this point we're pretty much effed up. So with that being said, we've been your hosts. We hope you enjoy this episode. And we hope you join us for the next one. I've been Flames Kid.
I am Lena. Have a great week.
And I'm Chris Cass.
And we're going to have our pick by...
Me?
Chris Cast next.
Yeah, I think you're next.
I guess it's my pick next.
Yeah.
So whatever he decides, we're gonna go ahead and do that and review it next week. So join us for that episode, and thank you for joining us for this one. Have a great night.
Stay safe.
And drink responsibly.
Don't drink and drive. You might spill your drink.
And we bid you adieu. Good night.